Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to Dream Room, the cozy place where small homes, quiet corners, natural textures, and simple decorating ideas come together to make everyday life feel warmer, softer, and more beautiful. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stepped outside with your morning coffee, looked at your backyard, patio, balcony, or little garden corner, and felt that it could be so much more? Maybe you have a plain fence that makes the space feel unfinished. Maybe your bedroom window looks out onto a tired patch of grass. Maybe your home office faces a dull, outdoor wall. Or maybe you have a small deck, a narrow side yard, or a rental patio where you want beauty, but you do not want complicated projects, heavy construction, or expensive furniture. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Rustic farmhouse style is not only for big country homes or wide open land. It is for anyone who loves weathered wood, clay pots, soft cushions, gravel paths, old baskets, herbs by the door, lanterns at sunset, and pieces that feel like they have a story. It is for people who want a home that feels lived in, peaceful, and personal. And it is especially perfect when you are working with a small space, a simple budget, and materials you may already have around the house. Today, we are going to explore the best rustic farmhouse backyard garden ideas for 2026. Not as fancy design rules, but as gentle, practical steps you can actually use. We will begin with layout, because before we decorate a space, we need to help it breathe. So before we step into the first idea, please subscribe to Dream Room for more cozy home, garden, and small space decorating inspiration. 1. Create outdoor rooms with simple farmhouse zones. The first secret to a beautiful, rustic farmhouse backyard is not buying more decorations. It is giving every little corner a purpose. Think of your outdoor space the same way you think of a cozy room inside your home. Your living room has a place to sit. Your kitchen has a place to prepare food. Your bedroom has a place to rest. In the same way, even a small backyard, patio, deck, or balcony can be divided into gentle outdoor rooms. Start with one simple question. Where would I actually like to spend time? Maybe you need a quiet morning coffee corner with one chair, one small table, and a pot of rosemary beside it. Maybe you need a little dining spot where two people can enjoy dinner outside. Maybe you want a planting corner with herbs, flowers, or raised beds. Or maybe you simply need a tidy utility area for watering cans, gloves, soil bags, and garden tools. Once you know the purpose of each area, the whole space begins to feel calmer. You can use pea gravel, mulch, stepping stones, outdoor rugs, wooden edging, or large planters to separate one zone from another. These simple borders make the backyard feel designed, even if nothing expensive has been added. And here is the farmhouse trick. Do not make everything too stiff. Let the pathway curve a little. Let the bench sit slightly under the shade. Let the herbs grow close enough that you can touch them as you walk by. For older homeowners, small space decorators, apartment dwellers, and anyone who wants beauty without heavy work, this is where the transformation begins. Not with a huge renovation, but with one thoughtful corner that finally feels like it belongs. 2. Build rustic pathways and soft borders for instant charm. Once your backyard has a simple layout, the next step is to guide the eye and the feet with a rustic pathway. A path may seem like a small detail, but in farmhouse garden design, it can change the entire feeling of a space. It turns an ordinary yard into a place that feels cared for. It gives movement, direction, and charm. Even a narrow side yard, a small patio edge, or a plain strip beside a fence can feel more beautiful when there is a simple path leading through it. You do not need anything complicated. Stepping stones, pea gravel, crushed stone, old bricks, reclaimed wood edging, or mulch can all create that relaxed country feeling. The goal is not perfection. The goal is softness, texture, and a sense that the garden has been gently shaped over time. If your space feels too square or stiff, use a slight curve. A curved path feels slower, calmer, and more natural. It invites people to wander instead of rushing straight through. Along the edges, add low plants like creeping thyme, lavender, dusty miller, or small ornamental grasses. These soft borders make the pathway feel connected to the garden instead of sitting on top of it. For smaller homes, apartment patios, and rental spaces, this idea can still work. A few large pavers, a narrow gravel strip, or a row of planters can create the same feeling without permanent construction. And for anyone who wants comfort and safety, especially older viewers, keep the main walkway stable, clear, and easy to use. Rustic charm should never make the garden harder to enjoy. A good path should make you want to step outside more often, move through the space with ease, and feel that your backyard is slowly becoming a peaceful little retreat. 3. Add raised beds in edible farmhouse gardens. Now that the space has a clear layout and a simple pathway, the next idea is to bring in structure with raised beds and edible farmhouse gardens. Raised beds are one of the most useful features you can add to a rustic backyard because they are both practical and beautiful. They create clean lines, organize the planting area, and make even a small garden feel more intentional. Instead of plants spreading randomly across the yard, raised beds give everything a clear home. For a warm and classic farmhouse look, cedar raised beds are always a lovely choice. The natural wood tone feels soft, simple, and timeless. If you prefer something a little more modern, corrugated metal beds can create that modern rustic style, especially when paired with gravel paths, clay pots, and soft greenery. For older gardeners, waist-high raised beds can be especially helpful because they reduce bending and make planting, watering, and harvesting much easier. A narrow raised bed along a fence or patio wall can also work beautifully for small homes, side yards, and compact outdoor spaces. Around the beds, add gravel or mulch to reduce mud, weeds, and daily maintenance. If you are building wooden beds, cap the top with smooth boards so it can hold small tools, seed packets, baskets, or even your morning coffee while you work. And remember, an edible garden can still be beautiful. Tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, kale, spinach, rosemary, thyme, basil, oregano, chives, strawberries, and blueberries can all become part of the design. Blueberry bushes look like ornamental shrubs. Chives bring soft purple blooms. Kale adds bold texture. Strawberries spill gently from containers. This is where farmhouse style becomes more than decoration. It becomes useful, generous, and connected to daily life. 4. Design a cozy seating nook that invites you to stay. After the paths, beds, and planting areas are in place, your rustic farmhouse backyard needs one thing that makes it feel truly alive: a cozy place to sit. This is where farmhouse style becomes personal. A garden is not only meant to be looked at, it is meant to be lived in. It should give you a reason to step outside, pause for a moment, breathe slowly, and enjoy the space you have created. The seating does not have to be large. A simple wooden bench under a tree can feel just as beautiful as an expensive outdoor set. Adirondack chairs in a soft neutral tone can bring that relaxed country feeling. A small bistro table can turn a balcony, porch, or patio corner into a quiet breakfast spot. A storage bench can give you both seating and a practical place to keep cushions, gloves, and small garden items. To make the nook feel warm, add washable cushions, outdoor pillows, a throw blanket, and a small side table. Choose gentle farmhouse colors like oatmeal, cream, sage, dusty blue, clay, charcoal, and natural wood. These colors blend easily with plants, gravel, stone, and weathered textures. Placement matters too. Put the seating where people naturally want to pause: near flowers, beside a fence, under light shade, or facing the evening sun. For older viewers, comfort is especially important. Choose chairs that are sturdy, supportive, and easy to get in and out of. A beautiful seating nook should never feel difficult to use. When the seat is comfortable, the table is close, and the garden is within view, that small corner becomes more than decor. It becomes the place where the backyard finally starts to feel like home. 5. Use vertical privacy, fences, and trellises for small spaces. Once your seating nook is in place, the next step is to make the space feel private, protected, and peaceful. Many people do not have a large backyard hidden away from the world. Maybe your patio faces a neighbor's window. Maybe your balcony feels too exposed. Maybe your deck looks toward a street, a driveway, or a plain fence. In a small outdoor space, privacy can make the difference between a corner you ignore and a corner you truly enjoy. The good news is that privacy does not have to feel heavy or closed in. Rustic farmhouse privacy is soft, natural, and layered. Start with vertical elements. A simple trellis panel, lattice screen, tall planter, climbing vine, hanging basket, or outdoor curtain can give your space a gentle sense of enclosure without making it feel smaller. If you have a fence, treat it as a backdrop, not just a boundary. Add wall-mounted planters, baskets, climbing plants, or simple farmhouse details to make it feel warm and designed. Climbing roses, jasmine, clematis, beans, cucumbers, and other vines can grow upward and bring softness to plain surfaces. A leaning ladder shelf can hold pots without taking much floor space. Tall planters can create a living screen around a seating area. For renters or apartment dwellers, use folding screens, freestanding trellises, tall planters on wheels, or lightweight reed and wood look panels. These can add privacy without permanent construction. When the yard is small, do not try to make it wider, make it taller. Vertical layers create depth, charm, and comfort, turning even a modest patio into a quiet farmhouse retreat. 6. Repurpose old pieces into DI country decor. After your space has privacy and height, the next idea is to bring in the charm that makes rustic farmhouse style feel personal. Repurposed country decor. This is one of the most beautiful parts of farmhouse design because it does not require everything to be new. In fact, the older pieces often carry the most warmth. A weathered crate, a worn ladder, a galvanized bucket, a clay pot, or an old wooden chair can make a backyard feel collected, loved, and lived in. Start by looking at what you already have. Old crates can become plant shelves. A wooden ladder can turn into a tiered display for herbs and flowers. A galvanized tub can become a planter or a small fountain. A wheelbarrow can hold seasonal blooms. A milk can stand beside the door as a porch planter. Even an old window frame can hang on a fence as simple, rustic wall decor. Baskets, metal buckets, enamel pitchers, reclaimed boards, small stools, and terracotta pots all fit naturally into this style. They add texture without making the space feel formal. But the key is to use these pieces with care. Do not place every old item in the yard at once. Choose a few that work together. Repeat similar wood tones, metal finishes, or soft neutral colors so the space feels intentional instead of cluttered. This idea is especially helpful for small space decorators, budget-conscious homeowners, and anyone who enjoys using simple materials in a creative way. Many farmhouse details can come from thrift stores, flea markets, garages, sheds, or items already sitting unused at home. That is the heart of rustic decorating, giving old pieces a second life and letting them tell a quiet story in the garden. 7. Layer light, water, fire, sound, and scent. After the main structure and rustic details are in place, the next step is to make the backyard feel like a true retreat. A memorable outdoor space is not only about what people see, it is also about what they feel, hear, and smell. Start with lighting. Soft light can completely change the mood of a garden after sunset. String lights across a patio, fence, or pergola create instant warmth. Solar lanterns along a path help guide each step. Barn-style sconces near a door or shed bring that classic farmhouse feeling. Battery candles inside lanterns can add a safe, gentle glow to a table, bench, or covered porch. Then think about warmth. A small fire bowl, a stone fire ring, or a compact propane fire table can turn a simple seating area into the heart of the backyard. It gives people a reason to gather, talk, and stay outside a little longer. Water brings a different kind of calm. A bird bath, a ceramic bubbling bowl, or a galvanized tub fountain can soften the space and make it feel peaceful. Even a small water feature near the seating area can help the backyard feel more private and relaxing. Sound matters too. Wooden or metal wind chimes, rustling ornamental grasses, and the gentle sound of water can make the garden feel slower and more restful. Finally, add scent. Place rosemary near the grill, lavender beside a path, thyme along an edge, mint in pots, or jasmine near a seating nook. This is the layer that turns decoration into atmosphere. Soft light, gentle sound, warm fire, fresh herbs, and moving water invite people to pause, breathe, and enjoy the space with all their senses. 8. Keep it seasonal, sustainable, and easy to maintain. The final idea is what helps your rustic farmhouse backyard stay beautiful in real life. Keep it seasonal, sustainable, and easy to maintain. A backyard should bring peace, not pressure. It should not become another chore that waits for you every time you open the door. The best farmhouse gardens are simple enough to care for, flexible enough to change with the seasons, and practical enough to support the way you actually live. In spring, refresh the space with clean paths, fresh mulch, tulips, daffodils, and soft green containers. This is the season for a gentle reset, when the garden begins to wake up and every corner can feel fresh again. In summer, focus on comfort. Add shade with umbrellas, pergolas, or light fabric covers. Bring in sunflowers, tall grasses, and simple drink stations so the backyard feels relaxed and ready for slow afternoons. In fall, let the space become warmer. Use mums, ornamental kale, pumpkins, baskets, plaid throws, and earthy colors. These small changes can make the garden feel welcoming without needing a full makeover. In winter, keep the structure simple and calm with evergreen branches, pine cones, lanterns, cedar garlands, and battery candles. Sustainability also fits naturally into farmhouse style. A compost bin, rain barrel, native plants, pollinator flowers, mulch, and reused containers all help the garden feel thoughtful and useful. And to make maintenance easier, choose hardy perennials, group plants by water needs, and avoid designs that require constant fixing. Do not redesign the whole backyard every season. Change one plant group, one textile color, and one focal decoration. That is enough to keep the space fresh, beautiful, and easy to enjoy. Conclusion: rustic comfort, small spaces, natural beauty, and a garden that feels like home. So when we bring all of these ideas together, the real lesson is simple. A rustic farmhouse backyard is not about having the biggest yard, the newest furniture, or the most expensive decorations. It is about creating a space that feels warm, useful, peaceful, and deeply personal. Maybe your first step is a simple gravel path beside the fence. Maybe it is a raised bed filled with herbs and vegetables. Maybe it is a cozy bench with a soft cushion, a lantern, and a small table for your morning coffee. Or maybe it is just one old crate, one terracotta pot, or one climbing vine that makes a forgotten corner feel loved again. The beauty of farmhouse style is that it welcomes imperfection. Weathered wood, old baskets, clay pots, soft light, blooming herbs, and handmade details all remind us that a home does not have to be perfect to be beautiful. It only has to feel cared for. And for those of you working with small patios, balconies, narrow side yards, rental decks, simple backyards, or outdoor corners outside a bedroom or home office, remember this: start small. Choose one corner, give it a purpose, Add one natural texture, one comfortable place to sit, one useful plant, and one gentle light. Then let the garden grow with you, season by season. A beautiful backyard should make you step outside more often, breathe a little deeper, and feel more connected to the home you already have. Now I would love to hear from you. Which idea would you try first? The rustic path, the raised bed, the cozy seating nook, the privacy trellis, the vintage ladder, the soft lighting, or the herb garden? Share your favorite in the comments below. And if you enjoy cozy home decor, small space inspiration, natural materials, and peaceful garden ideas, please follow Dream Room for more simple ways to make your home feel warmer, softer, and more beautiful.